So, in today's class, we will deal or we will discuss about a fresh chapter as we are entering into a new month, as you know well, which is of month of festivals, and in this month we have so many specialties. Okay, so in order to enjoy those festivals and as well as to continue our online learning process. Okay, we will go ahead with a new chapter in our subject, a new chapter in our subject called advanced manufacturing engineering. Okay, so that new chapter is grinding. That particular new chapter is grinding. Okay, so in our previous classes, in the month of July, in those video lessons, we talked about various plastics processing techniques, various finishing processes, and various measuring instruments, that is metrology. So, like this, we dealt with various chapters which are prime importance in the end examination. Okay, in continuation of that particular wave, whatever we created in the month of July, so in this month also we will go ahead with the video lessons, and also especially for today we will discuss about the chapter called grinding. Okay, so as you know well, that means it is imperative that being a students of second year or final year, you can say definitely you might have seen the grinding wheel in the workshop. Okay, so this particular grinding wheel will perform various grinding operations on a given material or on a given workpiece. Okay, so let us see one by one what is grinding Okay, then how the process of grinding will take place. Okay, so let us see all these things one by one. Here the grinding is nothing but, here is grinding is nothing but grinding is a finishing operation. Grinding is a basically a finishing operation. With the help of a grinding wheel, when the actual workpiece is taken into contact, when the actual workpiece is taken into contact with the grinding wheel. Okay, in the process of grinding, as I told, it is basically a material removal process. I repeat, grinding is basically a material removal process where it will remove a little amount of material only, or you can say a low amount of material only it can remove. Therefore, what happens? So, it will remove only a little amount of material. This statement itself implies that the grinding will fetch you, the grinding will fetch you, or the grinding will give you a good surface finish object. Okay, so this is all about the basic definition of grinding. Okay, then we'll have a look at how this process of grinding will take place. Let us have a look at this. See, we will have our workpiece to be machined or to be ground. Grind is the present tense, ground is the past tense. So here our workpiece is to be grinded. Okay. So for that particular purpose, to grinding the particular workpiece, what we will do is, so for grinding a particular workpiece, what we will do is, we will definitely select such a grinding wheel so that it should have sharp edges to to machine our surface, to machine our given work surface into minute particles. Thereby, what happens? Our workpiece surface will be found as a super finished or finished component. Okay, so this is all about the grinding process. Again, if you take the grinding wheel, in the grinding wheel there are many abrasive grains. There are many abrasive grains which are bonded to each other. Which are bonded to each other. Okay. So these abrasive grains which are bonded to each other on the grinding wheel, they will remove the minute material of the given workpiece. Okay. So what I mean to say is, the grinding wheel is consisting of a different granules which are bonded with each other. Okay, abrasive particles. The grinding wheel consists of different abrasive particles, uh, which are bonded together. Okay, so these bonded abrasive particles will remove the minute elements of given workpiece. Okay, so when you take the workpiece in contact with the grinding wheel, so grinding wheel is rotating, you slowly take the workpiece so that the workpiece will be in contact with the fast rotating grinding wheel. Then what will happen? Automatically these abrasive grains will remove the small portion of material on our given workpiece which is in contact with the grinding wheel. But due to this effect, what will happen? There will be a liberation of heat. That means heat will be produced in between our workpiece surface and the, what you can say, the heat will be produced in between our workpiece surface and you can say between this particular grinding wheel. So then the abrasive grains, because of this developed heat, high grades of heat, the abrasive grains in the grinding wheel or the circumference of the grinding wheel, they will get dull. Okay, they will get dull for a smaller amount of time. Again, if the grinding wheel is continuously rotating and the same workpiece is in contact with the given grinding wheel, and over a period of time, what will happen? Whatever the abrasive particles which which had become dull earlier, they will be machined by the our fast rotating grinding wheel. They will be thrown away, okay, between the thrown away due to the friction developed between the workpiece surface and the grinding wheel surface. So therefore, what will happen? The new grains, new abrasive grains with sharp cutting edges will form, so that the material will be removed in smooth and fine manner in order to achieve the desired surface finish. Okay, so this is all about the grinding wheel. Here, what I mean to say is, here I want to emphasize on one point, that the grinding wheel, after some amount of time, the grinding wheel will get the abrasive grains will become dull. Then after some amount of time, these abrasive grains, they will be removed and fresh abrasive grains will be formed. Fresh abrasive grains with sharp edges will be formed. So this process of self creating the new abrasive grains is there in the grinding wheel. This is the specialty of the grinding wheels. Okay, so once the dulled abrasive grains have come into picture, then if you continue the grinding operation, automatically these dull abrasive grains will get removed, and in place of those dull abrasive grains, the new abrasive grains with sharp edges will be formed to cut the surface finish up to the possible extent in a given size and shape. So this is the special feature of the grinding wheel. Okay, so it will develop its own grains. What I mean to say is, grinding wheel will develop what I mean to say is, the grinding wheel will develop its own grains during the course of grinding process. Okay, so this is all about the grinding, and this is all about this grains, abrasive grains. Okay, then we will switch over to the another topic called how this particular grinding is carried out with the help of abrasive grains. So let us see that, as I told earlier, the abrasive grains are bonded each other so that these abrasive grains will remove the small amounts of material on the given surface of a material. So, how these abrasive grains are bonded and what are the types of bonds for bringing the abrasive grains into one another so that a bond will be formed. Let us have a brief discussion about this bonds. Okay. In this chapter called grinding, we have different types of bonds. We have different types of bonds. For bringing the abrasive grains to be stick to each other so that the grinding wheel will perform the cutting operation. Okay. So the different bonds are, first one is vitrified bond. Vitrified bond. So this will be noted. No, this will be denoted by the symbol called capital V, vitrified bond. This is somewhat a special bond which is widely used in the grinding wheels which are used in the many of the industries. So what I mean to say is, most of the industries which will use the grinding wheels, in those grinding wheels vitrified bond will be mostly used. Okay, that is the first bond to vitrified is the first bond to integrate the abrasive grains so that the grinding wheel can be functioned effectively. Second one is first one is vitrified bond, that is denoted by capital V. Second one is resonite bond. Okay, this will be denoted by capital O. And third one is silicate bond. So this silicate bond is also very important. This will be denoted by capital S. Okay. So the silicate bond. Third one is the silicate bond. The silicate bond is also widely used bond in the industries. Okay. Where most of the gear manufacturing industries will employ the grinding wheel for performing the finishing operation. So in those industries, this type of silicate bond is widely used on the grinding wheels. Okay. So this silicate bond is denoted by a capital letter called S, capital S. So that is the third bond. Fourth bond is shellac bond. Shellac. Shellac bond is denoted by the capital letter E, capital E. Shellac bond is denoted by capital E. This shellac bond is also having its importance, where shellac bond, as the name indicates, the bond is representing one scientist name, that is known as shellac. Shellac. So this particular scientist from Britain, he found that there will be some typical arrangement of attraction between the uh, grains, between the grains of a grinding wheel. That particular attraction towards among the grains he has studied and published a paper on the grain thickness, grain size, grain length. So all these three are known as technically grit, grade and structure. Grit, grade and structure. Okay. So this particular scientist has gone through the entire these things. Then he confirmed that yes, this particular abrasive grains have the bonding effect of some improportionate manner, so that he formulated these three technical words: grit, grain, size. Okay. So based on his name, the bond is named after shellac. So it is denoted by capital E. Okay. Also, this shellac bond is widely used in the so-called plastic industries, especially. Plastic fiber industries, the shellac bond is extensively used. Okay. So whenever if you want to grind a plastic sheet, then you should have a grinding wheel with the shellac bond between the abrasive grains. So if the abrasive grains are formed into a bond that is named as a shellac bond, that is there along the circumference of this grinding wheel, then that particular grinding wheel is used for the so-called plastics grinding. What I mean to say is, in order to grind a plastic sheet, that means in order to remove a small amount of material from the plastic sheet. So this shellac bond grinding wheels are only used to remove that much of small material from the plastic sheet. Okay, no other option is available in mechanical engineering for machining the plastic wheels or plastic materials or plastic sheets. Okay, you got my point. So this is about the shellac bond. So these are all the various bonds that are associated with the grinding wheels. Okay, so after this we will switch over to the what I said earlier, grit, grade and structure. Grit, grade and structure. So let us discuss one by one what is grit, what is grade and what is structure. First of all, we will discuss about the grit. Grit refers to the size of the this particular what you can say fibers, size of the on the grinding wheel will have the some fibers, or you can say abrasive grains. So grit refers to the size of the grains. So strictly speaking, grit refers to size of the grains, abrasive grains. That means how much length these these abrasive grains are having. That will be measured by using the grit size. Technically speaking, grit is a technical word to measure the size of the given abrasive grain. So if the abrasive grain is too long, what will happen? It will have the low strength and also it will have the low machining capacity, low hardness, because of long length of abrasive grains there is also a possibility of breaking up the abrasive grains. Okay, so this is known as the grit, grit. Okay, so again coming back to the this is known as the basic explanation about the grit. Again coming back to the grade. Grade refers to the hardness of the bond. Hardness of the bond of the abrasive grains. But it is not the hardness of the abrasive grains. It is not the hardness of the abrasive grains. It is the hardness of the bond of the abrasive grains. As I explained earlier, abrasive grains are bonded each other with many bonds like shellac bond, silicate bond, like that, or vitrified bond. resonate bond. Hmm. So these bonds hardness will be tested by this particular term known as grade. If the bond between the abrasive particles is hard, then the grinding wheel is said to be having to remove harder to machine harder materials. Otherwise, if the bond is not hard, then it is said to be meant for the softer materials. So the grade refers to the bond of hardness of the bond associated with the grinding wheels, but not the hardness of the this particular grains, abrasive grains. Okay, this is about the grade. Next, we will switch over to structure. Structure is nothing but, as we know, all the abrasive grains are stick to one another with the help of abrasive bonds. But you can say these abrasive bonds, while making a bond, these grains or grinding wheel may be a porous grinding wheel or a tight grinding wheel. Okay. If you look at the structure of a grinding wheel, look at the structure of a so if you look at the structure of a grinding wheel may be porous or non-porous grinding wheels. Okay. So structure, because in between the grains, abrasive grains, if there is a small amount of gap is there, then it is said to be a porous grinding wheel. If there is no space is kept in between the abrasive grains of a grinding wheel, then it is known as the non-porous grinding wheel. So this structure depends on the porous grinding wheel and porous grinding wheels. Obviously, porous grinding wheels, what will happen? Will have the this it will have the some structure like a with a different dents or holes, whereas non-porous grinding wheels will show you a solid structure without any defects or holes like this. This is about the structure. Okay, these three are very important. When it comes to the end examination point of view. Okay, so What three are very important uh, with regard to end examination point of view? Grit, grade, and structure. All these three are related to what? All these three are related to the grinding wheel abrasive grains of grinding wheel. Okay. Or in other words, these three are closely these three are closely related to grinding wheel. Okay. So but we have so many finishing operations, like as we studied in our previous chapters in the month of July. Then you may come across a question: what is the need to go for grinding? What is the need to go for grinding? Then comes a beautiful answer that grinding has its own advantages where other machining where other machines cannot perform or cannot remove such a small amount of material. Okay. Only grinding technique allows you to remove small amounts of material, thereby getting a good surface finish. Okay. Also here, if you see the advantages of grinding, the first advantage, as I already explained you, is that it will remove a little amount of material. That is the first advantage. The second advantage is it doesn't have any expert operator to perform the grinding operation, because just to switch on the grinding wheel, the grinding wheel is on rotation with high speed, then you will have to bring the our workpiece slowly into contact with the our grinding wheel. So in this process, you will not find a much experienced operator. Okay, this is one more advantage of the grinding wheel. Another advantage of the grinding process is that it is cheaper. Grinding is cheaper. That means it is not expensive. It is not expensive. It is very cheaper. Process is very cheap. So smooth surfaces, production of smooth surfaces by using this grinding wheel, production of smooth surfaces by using this grinding wheel doesn't implicate much, or you can say doesn't involve higher amounts of expenditure. Okay, this is the most desired advantage of grinding. Take any machining technique, the ultimate aim is, the manufacturer's ultimate aim is the machining should be done with a cost as low as possible. So this is possible in the grinding only. So this is the one more advantage of the grinding. Okay. So this is all about the some of the topics which are very important that you will find in the end examination. Okay. Before concluding, I want to remind you what you learned today. Today we have discussed about the chapter called grinding. So grinding is nothing but a machining process with a low metal removal rate. Grinding is a machining operation with a low metal removal rate. So grinding also a finishing process, but it removes low amounts of material removal. Okay. So this is what we learned. So as the definition itself indicates, it will remove low amounts of material, then obviously surface finish, accuracy, and the product quality will be very high. Okay. So this is regarding the basic definition we have learned in today's class, and also how the grinding process will take place, that has also been explained briefly. So for the grinding process to continue by any grinding wheel, we discussed that abrasive grains are there which are bonded to each other on the grinding wheel. These grains, abrasive grains only, will remove the small amounts of material that we discussed. Also, each grinding wheel have the speciality of generating its own new abrasive grains after becoming the older abrasive grains becomes dull, then the new abrasive grains will start developing in the grinding wheel by its own. So this is a special feature that also we studied. Then we have discussed about the various bonds that are associated with the grinding wheel. The bonds which are binding the bonds which are binding the abrasive grain, the bonds which are binding the abrasive grains, that also we discussed, like vitrified bond, which is denoted by capital V, silicate bond, which is denoted by capital S, shellac bond denoted by capital E. So like this various bond, resonide bond denoted by capital O. So like this we discussed about the various bonds that are associated with the grinding wheel. So apart from these bonds, while studying these bonds, we also discussed about the grit, grade and structure of the grinding wheel. or abrasive grains. So we have discussed about the grit. Grit refers to the size of the abrasive grain. If the length, the size is too long, obviously it will have the low uh, uh, what you can say strength and low hardness. All the mechanical properties will be very low. If the abrasive grain is length of the abrasive grain is low short, then all the mechanical properties will be very high. So grit refers to the size of the abrasive grains. That will be studied and explained beautifully also. Grade. Next is grade. I also explained about the grade. Grade refers to the hardness of the bond associated with the abrasive grains. Okay. This grade will not refer to the hardness of the abrasive grains. It will refer to the hardness of the abrasive bonds. Hardness of the bonds, like vitrified bond. How hard it is. Okay, like that. I explained about the grade also. Next, structure. Structure with reference to abrasive grains, the structure is a if the structure is porous, then you can say that the grinding wheel is not that much strong. If the grinding is there is no gap between the abrasive grains, then we can say that the grinding wheel is very strong without any defects or holes. This all we have learned in today's class. Okay, thank you. Okay,